Hey, welcome to World Entertainment, and it looks like James Gunn has changed his tune regarding the DCU, more so the slate that they announced. Yeah, because as we know, he's announced a bunch of weird crap where people are like, why would you make these movies? Well, now he's saying, oh, just because we announced it doesn't actually mean that they're gonna happen. And when people questioned him about this, his answer is just ridiculous. Especially when he gives an answer and then they're like, why then did you say this? And he gives another answer. That's just ridiculous. And on top of that, he did release a new image for Superman, which you can see the image now. And it's really a nothing image. It's meant to copy the comic book cover of Superman and Crypto. Crypto, you can clearly see is CGI in the image. He looks a bit weird. So now it is confirming 100% that Crypto the dog is in this movie, and of course we know he's meant to be in Supergirl as well, which would lead to the rumor being true, seeing that Crypto's going to be in Superman, that Supergirl will probably have that post-credit scene. How else is she going to get Crypto? And seeing as he dropped this, I'm expecting him to drop a trailer probably this week. I wouldn't be surprised if it's out by the weekend. So we'll wait and see. But with the Superman part out of the way, because I'm not going to just go on make a video about that image. I was thinking about it and I thought, no, I'll wait because he's probably going to drop the trailer, which there was rumors of. But now he's talking about DC not necessarily making all the things they announced. And we're going to have a look why. But just before we do, yep, you know it. Hit the sub button, hit the like button, the share button, all that good stuff. Hit all the buttons. Press them all. See what happens. Nothing happens. It's going to cost you nothing. Maybe a bit of sanity. But other than that, it's going to cost you nothing. And welcome if you do hit that sub button. And welcome if you've just found this channel. So let's dive into this. So, last January, DC Studios co-CEOs James Gunn and Peter Safran announced a slate of upcoming DCU movies and TV shows. On the big screen, fans were promised, that's right, promised, Superman, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, The Authority, The Brave and the Bold, and Swamp Thing. As for the small one, as in small screen, Creature Commandos, Lanterns, Waller, Paradise Lost, and Booster Gold were all unveiled. Last year's strikes slowed things down, but Superman is in post-production. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, is gearing up to begin shooting soon, and Lanterns is assembling its cast. Creature Commandos is also fast approaching. However, the DCU slate has continued to evolve. Peacemaker Season 2 seemingly came out of the blue, while the trades have shared word on animated Blue Beetle and Robin projects, along with movies revolving around the Teen Titans, Bane and Deathstroke. Definitive updates on many of the titles announced last year have also been few and far between. Talking to trades, Gunn set out to clear the air by explaining. Now, here's his reasoning for this crap. Just to clarify, I said everything we originally announced was still in development, not that it's still coming. That all depends on the scripts. We'll never put a half-assed script in production just because it was announced. So there's the first part of his defense. Oh, we said it was in development, or that we just announced it, that it was in development, not that it was actually coming out, which is a absolute ridiculous answer. So, while it doesn't necessarily sound like Gunn is saying some of the announced movies and TV shows won't happen, that Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters slate doesn't appear to be as set in stone as we expected. How wise was it to announce projects in development rather than those guaranteed to happen is up for debate. Unfortunately, this brings back memories of the DCEU slate unveiling, which prematurely hyped up the likes of Cyborg and Justice League 2. Asked why they were announced, Gunn added, Because they would all get out there with or without us announcing, as projects since have. So we simply announced the projects we were putting in development. I wish we lived in a world where I could wait to have a script before the development of a project got out, the filmmaker concluded. So he's saying we announced all of this crap because if we didn't, it would have gotten out anyway. How would it have gotten out anyway if you didn't have a slate to announce? If he wasn't sitting there going, I want to make this, and this, then there would be no information to come out except what they stood out and announced. And that's what he did. He came out, jumped on camera, and went, hi, I'm now running DC. Henry Cavill's gone, bye. Ben Affleck's gone, bye. Gal Gadot's gone, bye. Oh, The Flash is the best superhero movie I ever seen, but that's gone, bye. Blue Beetle, oh, Jesus. It failed, but guess what? We're going to keep him. We're going to keep Peacemaker because my wife works on it. We're going to make Waller because my wife works on it. We're going to do this because my brother works on it. And then he just went and announced all these movies. And remember, everything he announced was only part 1 of the first slate that he has. Like, chapter 1, we only got half of what the full chapter 1 is meant to be. Don't forget he said that. But every time he gets called out on this crap, he lies through his teeth and goes, I never said that. So there he is, like, right up there. We originally announced was still in development, not that it's still coming. So it's like, but you announced it's all in development. You said this is the first phase. Like, I should say the first part of the first phase. And now you've changed it to, oh, well, you know, we might actually end up with a lot of this stuff. It's just like, and why did you announce it? Oh, because somebody would have said this was the slate. Well, people wouldn't have said it was the slate if they didn't know it was the slate, if you didn't make it the slate. Again, all they had to do to kickstart the brand new DC. This is all they needed to do. This is all they should have done, and they didn't. He absolutely 100% dropped the ball on this. Because he should have come out and said, hi, I'm now running the show with DC. We got some big plans, but it's all going to start with one movie, Superman. And if that comes out and it's a major hit, we got bigger plans down the road. That's not what he did, though. In fact, Superman wasn't even the first thing he announced. Creature Commandos was. So he announced all this crap and then eventually got to Superman. And then Batman was the 5th thing on that list. And it was like, wow, you're really dropping the ball with this first announcement. And now he's changing what he said to, oh, no, we said it was in development. Not that it was actually coming out. You know, we're not going to actually put it out if the scripts aren't good. Okay, what happens if your first movie comes out and absolutely tanks at the box office? Not to mention, what happens if you put Creature Commando out and nobody watches it? And then you follow that up with Peacemaker Season 2 and nobody watches it. It's Season 2 that he said will lead in to Superman. That's right. He said, well, something happens in that show that leads in to Superman. So now you're already being told you have to do homework as well to start watching all this stuff. And if the first couple of things fail, well then, what do you do? Where do you go from there? This, it just shows you why he must have been a absolute terrible choice to pick to run DC. He constantly lies. Every time he says something new, somebody calls him out and goes, that's not what you said previously, you said it. And he always goes, no I didn't, I never said that. What I said was, and he tries to change what he said. And here he is again. It's like you made this massive announcement and now you've changed your slate. Because you've announced other crap is more so in development over the stuff you actually originally announced. And now you're changing the story to, oh no, I never said that this stuff was actually coming out. I just said it was in development. And we didn't want it to leak, so that's why we said it. That's the dumbest answer I think I've ever heard in my life. Hey, why did you announce all of these things that's going to cost the company money, especially if you don't do it? Oh, because we didn't want it to leak online. So you rushed and you put out all an entire slate just to say us, just so we could beat the people online to dropping the news. Like, wow. Again, had he not sat in a room with a bunch of people and said, I want to make this, and this, then there would be nothing to leak. All he had to do was sit there and say to them, hey, let's just focus on Superman. Nothing could leak. But no, he went the opposite route, and now look at the mess this crap is in, where he's announcing crap that he's now telling you mightn't even happen, and it's just like, oh, what a disaster. We'll see what happens. Oh, does anyone even care anymore? Does anyone actually care anymore? Probably not, but we'll find out. So with that, I will leave it there for this one. So cheers, and I will catch you in the next one.